Hey there, I got something really cool to show you today. So, little history real quick. In 1977, this little movie called Star Wars came out. The producers over at Paramount suddenly went, wait a minute, we should be making a movie like this. And they immediately jumped on board and started making Star Trek the Motion Picture. And with that came the company Mego, which had picked up the license for Star Trek, making toys for the Star Trek a few years earlier, and they said, well, let us make toys for this movie. So in 1979, right as the movie was getting ready to come out, they started putting out these toys. They were in the same scale as the Star Wars toys, the 3 3/4 inch figures. In fact, the joints are pretty much identical. The shoulder, moves at the shoulders, the hips, and the head. And they made a full line. I've got a majority of them. I don't have any of the aliens, unfortunately. Those are some of the hardest ones to get. But as you can see, I've got Admiral Kirk, got Commander Spock, which, if I can get this to focus, you can see one of the funny things about these is that virtually none of them had eyes because they were so small and kind of squinty. The other thing is that the costume paint job wasn't exactly perfect. Here's Dr. McCoy and the white medical scrubs outfit that he was wearing. And of course, all of them do have the little belt like they wore in the movie, as well as their badge. Then there's Scotty, which, they made sure to get his mustache on there. Then Commander Decker, wearing a uniform absolutely nothing like what he wore in the movie. I think that what they were thinking was to have it so that each character sort of stands out on their own, because you see that Kirk and Spock are both wearing a dark gray, but Kirk has the white, Spock has the sort of lower, lighter gray in the middle. And then you've got McCoy in white with the light gray pants and the Scotties and all. I think that was the whole idea, was that they wanted them to each look significantly different enough. And then there's the new helmsman in the movie, or navigator in the movie, Lieutenant Ilea. Again, this is nothing like the uniform she wore in the movie, but it's I don't know, their choice on that. So I've got these 6 figures. Like I said, they made a whole bunch of aliens. These were the only Starfleet figures I think they made. They think they made the Rigelian alien in a Starfleet uniform as well. But other than that, the rest were like aliens, like they had the Klingons and that kind of thing. But the one big item that they made, which this is one of the things that a lot of fans still have a hard time trying to get a hold of, is the bridge. They made a massive, very thin plastic. Let me get to the edge. This is what the whole thing is like. Underneath you can see it's blow mold plastic. This does have a few cracks where it's started to age. We'll get under here so you can see the consoles. This is supposed to be like the science console here. That's supposed to be like the weapons console, I think. And then you've got the view screen, or maybe this is the science, and over there the other one was the communications. And then of course helm and navigation. So in other words, the idea being you would such Kirk there, and obviously Decker is going to have to be the helmsman, and Ilea navigating, and we'll put Scotty over here, and McCoy, I'll drop him. Oh, he don't want to. There we go. And so then we'll put Spock over here like that. Didn't fit exactly well. Now, if you're looking at this thinking, what's that giant round thing? That is actually, you see it spins, supposed to be the airlock. You remember the scene from early in the movie where Spock arrives and Chekhov meets him at the airlock. And I didn't actually know until just a couple of years ago that there was a plan to make the Vulcan shuttle, and it was actually going to be pretty big. It was, I want to say, probably about 10 or 12 inches long. You're supposed to be able to open it and have consoles similar to this inside so that you could position some of your characters in there. And it actually had a door that was supposed to back up and connect to this so that you could then have Ambassador Spock walk through from the Vulcan shuttle to the Enterprise. So, as I said, I think this was really cool. You don't really get play sets like this anymore. This was definitely a budget style play set, even at the time it was made. And it still makes for a really great diorama piece. I love the view screen at the front. It does make for a really cool backdrop. And this, even today, can still, even if it's a little bit yellow faded, can still look good sitting on a shelf. And I do have some plans to make a few customs based on this line, because I've managed to get a couple of extras. So I'll definitely be seeing about that soon. And you'll have to keep an eye out, see if I manage to get that done. But this is the Star Trek The Motion Picture Mego Bridge. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. And I will see you next time. If you enjoy my videos and want to see more, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Also, you can support the show by signing up on Patreon, or head over to Zazzle to pick up prints of my artwork, prints on canvas, t-shirts, and other merch. You can find me on social media. For more information and updates on the channel, all info is below. If you didn't enjoy the video, why are you still here? Do you want a song? Ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? Yes them, 3 bags full. One for the master who can screw himself. You can listen to somebody else.